If I were a billionaire, I would I have no idea what I would do. What I do know though is that the structure that I've just said, this if I were a billionaire I would do something horrible, is not easy to put together in any language, I guess. And also in Czech it doesn't get much easier. So let us talk about conditional sentences in the Czech language. Before we put together this brilliant sentence, if I were a billionaire, I would do something stupid, we need to talk about the elements that belong to the structure. And we will start with the would part of the sentence. Where there is would in English, there is bych in Czech. And same as would, bych is an auxiliary verb which needs to be followed by a full meaning verb. So for example, já bych cvičil, I would exercise. Or já bych byl, I would be. Now you might have noticed that this full meaning verb is always in its past participle form, which is great because past participle is not difficult to make. So let's have a look at the past participle forms of to be. Now in singular it is byl for masculine, byla for feminine, and bylo for neuter. In plural, it's byli for masculine and feminine. They actually have different endings, but they are pronounced the same. And for neuter, there is byla. Alright, let's add some more verbs here. For example, cvičit, to exercise. Singular, cvičil, cvičila, cvičilo. That would be masculine, feminine, and neuter. And in plural, cvičili for masculine and feminine, and cvičila for neuter. Another verb would be mít, which means to have. Past participle forms in singular. Měl, měla, mělo, and in plural, měli and měla. Cítit se, which means to feel, and here this is actually a reflexive verb, and that's why there is this se after the verb. In singular, cítil se, cítila se, and cítilo se. Plural, cítili se and cítila se. So what you need to do is to say já bych, which means I would, and then to follow with the right form of the past participle of the full meaning verb. So for example, you could say já bych byl, or já bych byla, or já bych cvičil, or já bych cvičila, or for example, já bych měl, or já bych měla. So you always have to choose the right form of the past participle because it can be masculine, feminine, or neuter. Alright, so far so good. Now, the hardest part actually comes with the auxiliary bych. And that's because it has a different form in every person. Only the third person singular and plural have the same form. So the first person singular takes the form bych. So I would be. Já bych byl. And that's actually what we talked about. Now, in the second person singular, there's bys. So if you want to say you would be, you have to say ty bys byl. In the third person singular, which means he, she, it, that is the form by. He would be, on by byl, she would be, ona by byla, it would be, to by bylo. First person plural takes the form bychom, or sometimes informal bysme. We would be, my bychom byli, or my bysme byli. Second person plural, the form is byste. So you would be, vy byste byli. And third person plural, meaning they, takes the form by, same as the third person singular. They would be, Oni by byli, oni by byli, ona by byla. Okay, so that's a lot of grammar, I know, but we are already getting somewhere. We already can put together a half of the conditional, which is a nice grammar structure on itself. So we can, for example, say, I would be stronger. Já bych byl silnější. Or já bych byla silnější if I were a woman. Or they would exercise. Oni by cvičili. Or possibly, oni by cvičili. And for example, she would feel better. Ona by se cítila lépe. Now, here, since cítit se is a reflexive verb, we have to manipulate this se in the sentence a little bit. But that's a topic for another video. I am sure that you know that the subject is very often omitted in the Czech language, and conditionals are no exception here. Now, this is why we have so many forms, so it's always clear what or who we are talking about, and we don't even need to use the pronoun. So, for example, if you talk about yourself, and if you say something like, if I were, I would, then very rarely would you use the personal pronoun in a conditional sentence. So instead of já bych byl silnější or já bych byla silnější, you would say byl bych silnější or byla bych silnější. So here you see we need to switch the positions of the auxiliary verb bych, and it needs to go after the full meaning verb. Like in the sentence oni by cvičili and cvičili by without the subject. Ona by se cítila lépe without the subject. Cítila by se lépe. Perfect. So now we have the would part and we need the if part. I have some bad news and some good news also for you. Now, the bad news is that while in English if is just one word, in Czech, again, it has many forms. The good news, though, is that you already know them, because they are the same as for bych. What you need to do is to add the prefix kdy. And instead of bych, you say kdybych. But the forms for different persons are the same as for bych. So that would be kdybych, kdybys, kdyby, kdybychom, or kdybysme, kdybyste, and kdyby. And again, the form of the following full meaning verb is its past participle form. Now with kdyby, the order in the sentence is typically reversed, and most of the time you would start with this kdyby, and the subject would come after that. So, for example, kdyby on cvičil. However, again, the tendency is to omit the subject. So, kdyby on cvičil would actually sound kdyby cvičil. Alright, that is it. Now we can put together the whole conditional structure. Let's say, for example, if I had time, I would exercise. Masculine, kdybych měl čas, cvičil bych. Feminine, kdybych měla čas, cvičila bych. If we had more time, we would exercise. Kdybychom měli více času, cvičili bychom. Or, kdybychom měli víc času, cvičili bychom. If you exercised, you would be stronger. Masculine, kdybys cvičil, byl bys silnější. Feminine, kdybys cvičila, byla bys silnější. And in plural, kdybyste cvičili, byli byste silnější. If he were stronger, he would feel better. Kdyby byl silnější, cítil by se lépe. If she were stronger, she would feel better. Kdyby byla silnější, cítila by se lépe. And if they were stronger, they would feel better. Kdyby cvičili, cítili by se lépe. Alright, that's enough. I think that's a huge chunk of grammar for one day, isn't it? Now, we could definitely go deeper and talk about some nuances and details, but let's keep it concise, let's keep it relatively simple. And the only thing that I can think of now that is kind of missing is the translation of the first sentence that I said at the beginning of the video. If I were a billionaire, I would do something. But I'm actually not going to help you with that because it's your homework. Now, if you got so far in this video here, I'm sure that you can put it together on your own. And actually, you might want to write it down into the comments, because what if I become a billionaire one day and you know that I have no idea what to do with that much money? So I'm looking forward to your suggestions. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I certainly did, and I'm looking forward to another one because we are going to talk about something interesting again. So do not forget to tune in. Have a great day. See you soon.